In a small, picturesque village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a woman named Eleanor, known for her wisdom and grace. Her daughter, Clara, was a bright and ambitious young woman who yearned to achieve greatness. On the eve of her departure to the bustling city to begin her career, Clara sat with her mother under the old oak tree in their garden, seeking guidance. "Mother," Clara began, her voice trembling with a mix of excitement and anxiety, "what is the secret to success? The city is vast, and the competition is fierce. I need to know how to stand out." Eleanor smiled gently, her hands busy weaving a garland of wildflowers. She placed the garland on Clara's lap and said, "Success, my dear, is not a single destination but a journey paved with many lessons. Let me tell you a story. The parable of the three travelers. Once, there were three travelers who set out to find a mythical treasure buried in the mountains. Each had a map, but the paths they chose were different. The first traveler was impatient. He ran recklessly, ignoring the warnings on his map. He stumbled upon many obstacles and, though he reached the mountain's peak first, he found no treasure, only exhaustion and despair. The second traveler was cautious, overly so. She studied the map endlessly but took no action out of fear of making mistakes. She never even began her journey, choosing the comfort of the familiar over the uncertainty of the unknown. The third traveler was determined and curious. She followed her map but adapted when needed. She paused to help others, learned from her mistakes, and observed her surroundings. Along the way, she found not only the treasure but also the joy of discovery, meaningful friendships, and the wisdom to use her newfound wealth wisely. Eleanor paused, her eyes meeting Clara's. "Now, tell me, which traveler do you want to be?" Clara thought for a moment. "I want to be the third traveler, but how do I ensure that?" Eleanor took Clara's hands and said, "Success is built on three pillars: purpose, persistence, and perspective. 1. Purpose. Know your why. When your actions are aligned with your purpose, you will find the motivation to overcome any obstacle. 2. Persistence. The road to success is rarely smooth. Failures are inevitable, but they are not the end. They are stepping stones. Embrace them, learn from them, and keep moving forward. 3. Perspective. Success is not just about achieving your goals but about the journey itself. Remember to appreciate the small victories, the people who support you, and the lessons you learn." Eleanor stood, brushing the leaves off her skirt. "Clara, the city will test you in ways you cannot imagine. There will be times when you feel lost or defeated. When that happens, return to these pillars. Find your purpose, stay persistent, and keep your perspective. And always, always remain kind. Success is sweeter when shared with others." The next morning, as the first rays of sunlight illuminated the horizon, Clara hugged her mother tightly and set off on her journey. She carried Eleanor's wisdom in her heart, and whenever she faced challenges, she would recall the story of the three travelers and the lessons her mother had shared. Years later, Clara returned to the village, not only as a successful woman but as one who had inspired many along the way. She knelt by the same oak tree where her mother had once advised her, whispering a silent thank you to the woman who had given her the secret to a meaningful life. Reflect on your journey and think about the 3 pillars of success: purpose, persistence, and perspective. Which traveler are you? Share your thoughts in the comments below and inspire others with your story. Let's learn and grow together. Let's learn some words from this story. Picturesque. Meaning: beautiful and charming. Example: the village was nestled in a picturesque valley. Trembling. Meaning: shaking with emotion. Example: Clara's voice was trembling with excitement. Bustling. Meaning: full of activity. Example: the city was bustling with energy and opportunities. Mythical. Meaning: imaginary or legendary. Example: the treasure was said to be mythical. Recklessly. Meaning: carelessly or without caution. Example: he recklessly ignored the warnings on his map. Aligned. Meaning: in harmony. Example: her actions were aligned with her purpose. Stepping stones. Meaning: a means to progress. Example: failures are stepping stones to success. Perspective. Meaning: a way of looking at something. Evening. Perspective makes the journey more meaningful. Steadfast. Meaning: firm and determined. Example: she remained steadfast in her journey. Illuminate. Meaning: to light up or clarify. Example: the sunrise illuminated Clara's path. Subscribe to Fairy Tale Spell for more stories that inspire growth, mindfulness, and self-discovery. Let's create a world where everyone learns to celebrate their own light.